So it's normally a very difficult ground to defend on, and India will be aware of that. They need to pick up every opportunity, every wicket. Try and make sure the scoring rate doesn't get out of hand. Second over will be taken by Jasprit Bumrah. He's going to come around the wicket to the left-handed Tamim Iqbal. There's the batting order for Bangladesh. Plenty of experience. They've played a lot of cricket in the middle order there. Shakibul Hasan, we know of his expertise.
Shakibul Hasan, the man in the form, will be needed to score runs. Mushfiqur Rahim has not been in the best of form, but Mahmudullah is the one who can really hurt India here. Mashrafi Murtaza and the rest coming in later.
So Bumrah around the wicket to Tamim Iqbal. Just 22 years of age. Fine leg is up in the circle. Square leg back on the boundary. Third man, the other boundary rider. And starts well.
It's not a very big total, so they need to bat sensibly. They don't really want to look for big shots right from the word go. 7 runs in the first over, so you got to play yourself in, especially on these kind of surfaces. That's a dropped chance from the bat of Tamim Iqbal. Went quickly, hit straight back to the bowler Ashish Nehra.
Use of his feet again. This one stopped. Good adjustment from Bumrah. He saw him coming early, adjusted the length, tucked him up, didn't allow him to free those arms. Talk about the Tamim Iqbal drop chance. It's never easy as a bowler because it's so difficult to work out what pace the delivery is coming back at you. You see the full swing of the bat, but often the contact isn't as good as you expect. It doesn't come as fast. Quick single. It's good running from Tamim Iqbal, but also some good bowling from Bumrah. Often we see the bowlers maybe trying too many options up front. When the new ball in your hand, you can still back your ability to just hit that good line and length, top of off stump. Bumrah's bowled 3 quality deliveries, and he's just gone for that one quick run single. So a good start for him.
Mithun Ali on strike now for the very first time. It's we saw Tamim Iqbal trying to play shots even when he faced this first over from Bumrah. So it's important that he looks to rotate the strike. Just relax a bit. I think he's just a little bit tense, knowing that it's an important match and a high expectation, especially from Tamim Iqbal, who missed out in the last match due to upset stomach.
Mithun, his first delivery of the evening. And that's also a good delivery. As a bowler, I mean, there's very few and far between opportunities to create some pressure, but Bumrah's done a good job here. His first 3 were tight, and then the new batsman comes and strike and he gives him nothing. There's the dimensions. It's not a very big ground, that's why it's often a very difficult ground to defend on. And we're also close to 1,000 meters above sea level, so the ball does fly at this altitude. Another good delivery, inside edge, single. 141 kilometers per hour.
He's bowled well, Bumrah, and the good length areas. You really don't want him to pitch it up, because once you pitch it up, it gives an opportunity for batsmen to free their arms. Good length, and then just coming back enough to get an inside edge. It's a good first over so far from Bumrah.
And the local crowd is getting behind their team here. They're becoming very vocal. I want India to get off to a good start. The slip has been taken out by Dhoni for the last delivery. Finds the edge, but it wouldn't have gone anywhere near the slip. So a quality over for India. 3 runs from it, 10 without loss. Has the ability coming around the wicket to the left-hander just to get the ball to angle in and then straighten as it pitches. You can see him going through a rehearsal. It's going to be a change of pace now for India. So there's the match summary so far. As you see, a few little contributions from the might of the Indian batting lineup. Raina 30, Kohli 24, DAY1 23, Sharma 18. But some good bowling from Bangladesh restricted them to 146. Shakibul Hasan was impressive, and we saw that the surface was very difficult to deal with the spin bowlers. And that's why we're going to have Ashwin into the attack sooner rather than later. Such an experienced campaigner is Ashwin. You can see it ranked number 2 on the RCC T20 rankings. And there's an impressive career summary. 47 wickets, averaging 22, good economy rate. And I'm sure he's going to get some assistance from this pitch.
Yeah, I think he'll be a difficult customer on this kind of a surface. Ashwin, the kind of experience and the record that he has in this kind of a format, he will definitely put a lot of pressure to both these batsmen. Vote for your favorite play of the day at icc-cricket.com/POTD. And it's important that India keeps the pressure on so that they force the batsman to play a false shot.
Yeah, Mitten has just faced the 2 deliveries. He goes hard, but he's just dragged it. It's going to be taken. Yes, it is. Pandya is the man who takes the catch on the boundary. Mitten and Tommy Iqbal look at each other, very disappointed. But the change of bowling has done the trick here for India. Ashwin into the attack, just 2 deliveries, and he's picked up the first Bangladeshi wicket. Mitten has to go for 1. Bangladesh, much to the appreciation of the Indian fans, find themselves at 11 for 1.
Well, only the 3rd delivery is faced, and he's tried to hit it out of the ground. Mithun Ali just chancing his arms a little bit too early. He will be the danger man, and he doesn't disappoint. Ashwin forcing the batsman to come down the track. It was a little bit away from him, not getting the elevation, and Pandya takes a good catch in the deep.
Well, the ball didn't turn that much, did it? It was just actually the bat that turned in his hand, and he dragged it across the leg side. The plan was to go back over the bowler's head. But that's the start that India were after, an early wicket to try and put some pressure here on Bangladesh. So Shabir Rahman in at number 3. T20 career strike rate of 121, Shabir Rahman. Right-handed batsman. And he gets off the mark with his first delivery, but disappointment for Mithun. He wanted to try and assert the pressure on Ashwin, but he could only just close the face, drag it to the man back in front of square. Pandya fully aware of exactly where the boundary rope was, and happiness is for the Indian team. They're trying to gee the crowd up, trying to get the crowd vocal and behind them. There's a little bit of turn for Ashwin. Once again, starting the delivery very straight. He understands that Tommy Iqbal strong through the offside square of the wicket. Doesn't want to give him any room. Oh, absolute peach. He presents the ball in such a good position with regard into the seam. He gives it a good rip. There's plenty of spin on it. And once it pitches, have a look at this turn.
You're already seeing evidence of turn and bounce from Ashwin.
Just there over India after a wicket from it. 2 runs, 12 for 1.
It's a very good over. Was that the Indians were expecting, especially from Ashwin, expecting a little bit of turn and bounce, and he didn't disappoint. Picked up a wicket and gave away only 3 runs. Beg your pardon, 2 runs in that first over.
So we into the 4th over of the Bangladesh innings. There's the batting still to come. Shakib Al Hasan, match winner in at 4. And another change of bowling for India. Change of end for Ashish Nehra. Direct hit's going to cost him some runs. In fact, it's just going to cost him the 1. Sometimes you do wonder. In fact, no, they're going to get back for 2. You do wonder at times why the fielders do throw at the stumps, particularly when the batsman's comfortably home. But the adrenaline's pumping, the crowd's behind Pandya. And Dhoni actually didn't get to the stumps. There we can see the throw. Dhoni wasn't really expecting the throw to come in. It makes contact, the deflection allows Bangladesh to pick up an extra 2.
As a captain, you really don't want to see that happening because you're defending only 146. So it's important that they don't give away extra runs.
Interesting field, yeah. There's a slip and almost like a fly slip, but on the edge of the circle. Man behind square on the offside. Point. Cover. Tamin Iqbal tries to work it through that gap there with the 4 fielders behind. Can't place it. Here's the wicket again. Not a huge amount of turn, but just the bat face closes and he drags it. Good catch from Pandya. The Indian team, everyone in it, ecstatic. So often it's Ashwin who does the trick for his team. Wonderful strike bowler. Beautifully played in front of square. Shikhar Dhawan, yeah, he can cut it off, but they'll be able to get back for the 2nd.
Good cricket all around. It's a good shot from Tamim Iqbal. It was short and he played that beautifully into the ground, and good work in the deep.
Ashish Nehra has been out of the team for 5 years, and since he's returned, some impressive figures. Wonderful average, good strike rate, economy rate, not too bad. 15 wickets in 12 games. Ashish Nehra has been out of the team for 5 years, and since he's returned, he's 7 years old next month. He was telling me, he was giving me an idea, he wants to try and be available for the next World Cup. Short again, and dealt with in similar fashion by Tamin Iqbal, but this time it'll just be a single.
Yeah, Tamim looking good. Ashish Nehra's first over, down the leg side, flicked away, but misfield in the deep, resulting in a boundary. And he bowled well. Look at the lines, good shape away from the left-hander. Good pace on that occasion. And then a drop catch. Well bowled again, good areas, really good start for Ashish Nehra in that very first over.
So 3rd man back and backward square on the boundary. And it's guarded down to 3rd man. There'll be thoughts of a 2nd.
Yeah, Bangladesh do bat deep. Shakib Al Hasan is in form. There's Mahmudullah and Mushfiqur Rahim. We saw it. So Mushfiqur to come in at number 5. He opened the innings for Bangladesh in the tournament. Hasn't been successful. I would like to see Mahmudullah come up the order. Come bat at number 5 and Mushfiqur at number 6 instead of sending Shumo Shaka at number 5.
Flick behind square. And it'll be 8 from the over, so a good run for Bangladesh, 20 for 1.
20 for 1 after 4 overs. 20 for 1 after 4 overs. In reply to India's 146 for 7. Lots of starts, no big score for India. Hey, Ashwin's been fascinating to watch on this surface.
Well, he's fascinating to watch on any surface, and this is the key for Bangladesh in their pursuit of these runs, is how well they handle this man. In a lot of cases, teams identify a bowler like Ashwin, a star quality bowler, and they recognise they're a threat, and they're prepared to sacrifice a certain number of runs and allow him to go for, say, 20 off his 4 overs, as long as he doesn't take too many wickets, and just put it to bed and work on the other 4 bowlers.
I think they'll look at these 4 as their key overs, because they're up against a very strong Bangladesh batting side. In all the years I've watched Bangladesh play, I don't think I've seen a stronger batting lineup than this one. Shakib, Sharkar, Mahmudullah, Mushfiqur, Shuvag out the home, who can batting at 8. Mashrafi himself at 9. That won't help. Fielder's right underneath it. But he's put it down. That would take some doing, because he was right under that. His only defense with the top edge, the ball would have been swirling, but it's a weak defense.
Should have been taken, but never easy when they go straight up in the air like this. You've just got so much time to think about it. You can hear the silence in the crowd, and you know it needs to be taken.
Could well be a big moment in the game. This Bangladesh rely heavily on Tamim Iqbal. He had it for a major part of it, but that doesn't count. Now he's got that away as well. It's a wonderful end to the over for Bangladesh. They've got 9 from it. It's 29 for 1.
Just a fraction short from Ashwin, and Shabir was quick enough to get deep enough in his crease to be able to get the leverage to lift it over mid-wicket. And didn't he time it well to get maximum figures?
Yeah, it's almost been a turning point in his life, Shabir, since he was asked to go up to number 3. And because they bat so deep, he gets the freedom to go and play these shots. He had a magnificent innings in the Asia Cup in 80 odd. It was full of shots. This is the reason I said this is the best batting lineup I've ever seen from Bangladesh, because it's a much more confident side. It's a much more confident side. They've played together a lot. They understand each other. There's a couple of match winners in there. And the positions seem right. Shabir at 3, Mahmudullah at 6 as a finisher has made a huge difference and taken the pressure away. 4 more. That drop catch is going to haunt Bumrah.
It's always a challenge for a bowler when their first ball of an over goes to the boundary. Iqbal using his feet just to throw Bumrah off his line and length. Third man was up in the circle, but now he's been pushed back. So the 2 outfielders are third man and deep square leg.
Likes playing like that. I mean, even the previous shot, by the time he was through with it, he was a good 3 or 4 yards outside the crease. But good to see a lot of Indian players coming around. Bumrah will be distraught. First ball of the innings, he let one go through. That was Tamim Iqbal as well. Then Tamim gets a top edge. This level you hold them every single day. He's probably telling himself, right, I'll turn it round with a ball myself. Oh, easy. It's getting worse for Bumrah. That's an excellent shot from Tamim Iqbal, who likes getting on the front foot.
the slower ball and picked up very early. There it is, the off cutter. Picked up very early. Not middled completely, but enough muscle behind it to lift it over mid-on.
So many people on the ground and Bumrah will be lonely. Oh, brilliant. That's poor save by Yuvraj.
Roll back the years. How good was that? Brilliant piece of fielding at cover point. He's got a real piece of this. Cracked it to Yuvraj's right side. He's natural left-hander.
So 8 from the over so far. Will be more, will be 4 more. He's all over the place, Bumrah. 3 boundaries, Bangladesh are racing ahead.
Well, at the start of play, Bangladesh would have been thinking anything around 40 and 50. That range in the first 6 overs is where we need to be. And ideally, without the loss of any wickets, but worst case scenario, the loss of just 1. And they've hit that target. They're 41 now for the loss of just the 1 wicket with 1 ball remaining in this power play.
He's been excellent for India since he came in and played the last one there in Sydney. Jasprit Bumrah. But not happening for him today. That might beat the field as well. Tamim Iqbal is bat like a rapier. He's got 4 boundaries in that over. 16 from it is 45 for 1.
It was nearly like the Bangladesh batsman recognised that Bumrah's confidence was down after that drop catch. They thought, we'll take advantage of this. We'll put him under pressure from the very first ball of this last over of the power play. A big over, 16 coming from it.
It's gone up to 32 from 27 ball. The wind predictor showing 57%. If India don't pick up a wicket the next couple of overs, it might start to move very quickly. Right, how do India play this? Ashwin, 2 overs, 1 for 11. He's got the right-hander in front of him. Dhoni's gone 1 more. Thought he might have brought the left-arm spinner, maybe try Jadeja in for a while, but he's backing Ashwin to give him a wicket. And he won't mind the single, actually. He'll get to bowl to the left-hander.
Well, this is his first over, and what a brute of a delivery. Look at that, the shape in towards the left-hander, and then that vicious turn and bite and bounce. And that's why he's bowling, because MS Dhoni recognises that he's desperate for wickets, and he's got his best wicket taker at the crease now.
They'll stay with the single. Bumrah straight after putting the catch down was hit for 4 boundaries. That was a slow one that he picked up. Then the full toss. And then this one. I get the feeling he's just shredding cloths, don't you? Almost think Bangladesh won't mind just playing out a 3-4 run over here. They've got so many already.
Well, I touched on it before. You know, Ashwin now has only got 9 deliveries left. And if he only goes for another 5 runs out of those 9 deliveries, that's absolutely fine.
We'll beat Bumrah this time. Forget the 5-4's come already.
Well, a shot that's played so often now in this format of the game and played well. There's a little slice of luck in this one. It's the top edge flying over short third man.
He's made 18 of 10 balls, Shabir Rahman, and that is why I keep talking up this Bangladesh batting side. They don't buckle under. You'd have looked at Bangladesh 3 or 4 years ago and they'd have got overawed by a target, by an occasion. Now they just come and play freely. His partnership is 41 of 27 balls. And so another valuable over ticks by for India. 8 from it. It's 53 for 1.
This was the boundary. A little top edge, but had enough bat speed on it to get it over short third man. Does challenge any spin bowler when you have a batsman that can sweep both sides.
Right, there's a significant margin. 8 runs in the small run chase. And first look at Ravindra Jadeja.
Yes!
Very, very accurate, but if he starts to get something from the pitch, then he comes into play. Very little difference between the one that goes straight through and the one that turns.
I think Jadeja has been brought on this end because the leg side boundary to the left-hander Taman Iqbal is the bigger side of the field. So MS Dhoni probably wants to have the cover on that bigger side to the left-hander with the ball spinning into the left-hander.
It's got to slip in place though. He'll sneak the leg by in.
So just to give you an illustration, that field there is a 70+ metre field on the leg side for Iqbal. On the right hand side of the screen is the shorter boundary.
Oh well, he's gone. He came down the wicket once again, but there's a different bowler. Got Bangladesh off to a really good start, Tamim Iqbal, but he's gone for 35. When you come out that way and make contact, it looks all right. Otherwise, it doesn't. 35. It's 55 for 2.
A good piece of bowling from Jadeja. Just getting wide of the crease and a round arm delivery. Saw him come early and dragged it down a little bit shorter. Look, it didn't bounce a lot, but he didn't release it from a very elevated position, and Dhoni doing some tidy work. Jadeja recognised that Iqbal was looking for that leg side boundary, and the spirits have been lifted.
He's just starting to find some batting form, is Shakib Al Hasan. Last 12-15 matches been very out of form, but just starting to get it back. The advantage for Shakib with someone like Shabir, who's got 18 from 11, is he's got time. Hugely experienced, calm head. There's a leg slip for him.
Well, he's got to look to bat the innings. He's got the experience, as you touch on, Harsha, that he's out there because some clever bowling from Jadeja. Yes, a quicker through the delivery, a round arm action, skids off the surface, grips the wicket and gets the big wicket of Taman Iqbal.
Just 3 from it on a wicket. It's 56 for 2. Very interesting to see how Dhoni plays this, how he moves his bowlers around. Thought he was looking at Nehra, but he's gone to Pandya. 56 for 2. India at the same point were 49 for 2. What Bangladesh have done really well, the original rate required was 7.35. It's only gone up to 7.58, so that's well under control. And they're into India's 5th bowler. Runs in, hits the ball hard back of a length, Pandya. Occasionally he'll bowl the slow ball.
I think India would have also, Bangladesh would have analysed the Indian innings and realised that there wasn't anyone who really took the game by the scruff of the neck at any stage. So as long as they're competing in somewhere near where India were at the end of each over, it's going to be competitive and they can take it as deep as possible. And there we see the wicket that went down. A round arm delivery, stayed down, good bit of keeping. I do just think Tamim Iqbal could have maybe said to himself, I'm not quite in position here, let me just defend this one and stick around to see if I can do some damage a bit later.
20-over game, a couple of overs here and there can make a big difference. I think India made, 11 runs in over 16, 17 and 18. Now Pandya. The calls were 2 straight away from Shakib. He's very, very quick in there is Jadeja, but he didn't get a clean pickup.
Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be game on because I saw Jadeja making so much ground so quickly. I thought if he picked it up cleanly, there could have been a half chance. Shakib ul Hasan, he's also quick between the wickets. He played that nicely. I think that's the key for Bangladesh as well, that they don't need a massive amount of boundaries. They just need to be selective, keep ticking the scoreboard over with the singles and twos, and if a boundary presents itself, that's a bonus.
Oh well. You're saying something, Paulie?
Yeah, have a look at his reaction afterwards. He knew that that wasn't the ideal shot. The temptation with everyone in the field on the offside, up in the circle. Have a look here, he punches his thigh pad, I think it is. He knew, if you're going to go down, hold your shape, don't give yourself too much room. There's the field that he was looking to chip it over.
Just a single. Made 33 of 25 against Australia. And that's why I said he's come back to form after a little barren period that every cricketer faces in his life. The advantage with him is he can play a calm, controlled game, but when the occasion comes, he can play the big shots too. I think he'll be a very close contender for the best all-rounder in the T20 game. Shakib. Now Shabir, he likes to play the pull shot. And Pandya will bang it in short, so he's got long leg and square leg on the boundary. And it goes fine for 4. Could almost see it coming. India fancy getting him out on that shot and he likes playing it.
Yeah, it was a good option from Pandya. He's trying to pick up another wicket. And he decided, okay, just like a test match scenario, I've got my 2 men back, I'm going to go for that bouncer and see if the batsman takes it on. He did, and fortunately for Bangladesh, the edge goes pretty fine and away to the boundary. He was beaten, but not the result India were after.
And now this will be 4 to third man. He's creating a fine little V behind the wicket, but not entirely intentional.
Yeah, Pandya absolutely screamed at the end of the result of the shot. Watch this cross seam, fullish length. And he just swats across it, does Shabir. Another fortunate boundary, much to the disillusionment of Pandya.
Well, they're playing shot, it's going their way at the moment. They got 11 from the over, it's a very good one. 67 for 2 after 9. Another little partnership developing. At the moment only 12, but Shabi's already hit a couple of boundaries. It's starting to go away. The darker worm is Bangladesh. They're 15 ahead at this stage.
A change of bowling, Raina into the attack for India. Interesting, Dhoni will have a look. He wants to see what sort of performance he can get from Raina, how many overs. Jadeja was very good, but they've pulled him out, and they're going to try and get through an over or two from Raina.
I wonder if he's held Jadeja back a little bit for the end overs, given that Bumrah is not having a great day. He fancies Jadeja bowling at the end because he's quicker, and also with Pandya and Raina bowling together, he's finishing the 5th bowler.
Yeah, Raina bowled in Nagpur. I think he bowled his 4 overs. I think it was about 1 for 16. So he's made a valuable contribution with the ball in hand already in this tournament.
I think Bangladesh will be aware that while there's pressure on them to win, the greater pressure is on the home side here.
I think Shabir might try something. I think he might see this is an opportunity to pick up a boundary or two.
He's going to take a look, but I don't think the foot left the ground. Sometimes, though, without realizing it, it's about it's just a couple of millimeters in the air without you realizing it. They don't seem particularly excited.
Yeah, it's the third umpire. Review for stumping. Thank you. Yeah, front foot's fine. It's gone to side on.
Oops. Is the toe in? No, it's out.
Let's go for the other side, please. Let's just check that foot's on the floor.
It's out.
Yeah, Rob, I've got enough here, mate. I've got enough evidence. Can give load out, please. Out.
I think this could be a big moment in the game. This is a magnificent piece of work from MS Dhoni. And I even wonder if Shabir has realized it. Couldn't have been more than a couple of millimeters. I think he's taken a bit by surprise there, as were a lot of people. Just tells you that sometimes you don't even know if the foot has been raised a little bit. Shabir for 26 at 69 for 3. Right, this is interesting. The captain's decided the team needs his slogging power. Did that in the Asia Cup game against Pakistan as well. Just when quick runs were needed, popped out, hit Amir for a couple of boundaries, sealed the match. They've got such a lot of batting to come that maybe they just think that doesn't matter if he gets out here. But sometimes you can think that way and suddenly the scoreboard starts to show more wickets. Right, something's going to happen here. Well, nothing for a start. He's just walked away.
Yeah, Raina sneaked up on him. He wasn't quite ready. And then once he was aware that Raina was just about to deliver, he pulled away early. This is the wicket. Wide down the leg side. And when it was sent upstairs, I think Alim Dar Probably would have thought, well, I don't think there's any real chance, but let's just have a quick look. And have a look at that. His foot just comes up at the crux moment. Beautiful, brilliant stumping from Mahendra Singh Dhoni. And they surprised, but they'll take it.
The timing was so good. Could he have waited? Could he have almost taken them off at that moment? Because moment earlier, moment later,